Good morning, campers. As promised, this week I want to show you 5 things from TEMU that I purchased that I absolutely disliked. I did not like them at all. I just wasn't happy with the performance, or they didn't work. And I'm not saying it was all TEMU's fault, so stick around and let's go over 5 things that I didn't like that I purchased from TEMU. Okay, so as some of you may have noticed, I am definitely sleeping inside the garage right now. It's a lot warmer. It's really cold outside. I'm lucky enough to have this, so as long as I'm not in the way, why not use it? Because I'm sleeping a lot more comfortable inside of here, and I'm getting a lot more work done than I would be if I wasn't inside. So it's kind of positive, as long as I'm not in anybody's way. I still have my little space heater on though. Keeps the chill off. Okay, so I want to go over 5 different things that I purchased from TEMU that I just wasn't happy with. And let's start with number 1, which was definitely user error, I guess. But if you know anything about TEMU, what they're good at is sending you all these different offers and almost getting you suckered into more purchases that you don't even realize that you're buying by impulse clicks. And this looked cool. You know, it wasn't expensive. Again, this stuff was pretty cheap, so it's not like I'm hurting myself or my wallet by doing this, but it's still wasted stuff that I just don't use. So this is a table that goes on the steering wheel. Well, supposed to. And I should have measured my steering wheel, because inside this little slot where you'd put your steering wheel, it just does not go over it enough. My steering wheel is a lot larger than this. Let's show you. Now, don't get me wrong, for my little summer car, this might be a little better, but there you go. That kind of shows you. If you had a smaller steering wheel, it would go further down. But even then, I still don't comprehend how it sits on there without falling down. I don't know. This is the way that it goes, down in the bottom. But still, how does that work? It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Great concept, great idea, but it just doesn't work for my van. This is the steering wheel table, or the steering wheel tray. Number 2 on my list is this little thing. This little gizmo is made for your phone on your steering wheel. Now, I know that sounds stupid, because who's going to watch their phone on the steering wheel? But there's been plenty of times, because I actually saw this one time as an add-on or an extra to make my discount a little better for TEMU, as they're good at doing. And I actually, once I clicked on it, I continued seeing it in my feed, and I realized that there's many other times that you can use it. Just times like pulling over and waiting out front of the store for somebody, or waiting for your vehicle to warm up in the mornings. You can put this right on the steering wheel and then watch your phone from it. But as soon as I got it, I realized that this doesn't ever get used. I had it on there one time, and then all of a sudden, it was not even worth all the setup. I set it all up, and then it was warm enough to start driving, or I could just use the dash or my hands to hold it while I'm sitting there for a second. Like, come on. At one point, this is almost feeling like it's a little too lazy, but it still worked. It just wasn't anything that I felt I needed. It was kind of a waste of money, because it's definitely not a cool angle. There's nothing that I can, and I will find something for it, because you can wrap it around anything. It just wraps around and connects into the little latch here. So it is a neat concept again, but, well, how do I get it in there? There you go, just like that. And you could use it for a bicycle or for any other pole mount that you could attach this to. which for $2 or less than $2, I am going to find a use for it, but at this stage, I haven't been able to yet. So it's been just a waste of my money, and I wasn't exactly happy with what I bought. But it could have been user error.
As amongst all of the lovely tourists enjoying winter up in Canada.
I don't know. I guess it does make it so you can go hands-free, but I found it irritating because it's never a straight steering wheel. It's a pain right in the butt to get set up. As soon as you set it up like this, it just doesn't, I don't know. Maybe for some people, not for this guy. Okay, while we're up front, let's talk about one other thing. Some of you may remember this little tray here. I used to love this thing. I used it for a couple of months. I stored things like my phone or some food or just things that I was using, my wallet at the time. Then in the middle of my trip one day, it just kind of kapooed and popped all over the place and blew right up. It broke right here. It broke right here, and this whole main part of the plastic snapped right off. Everything popped right down and broke. So I was pretty bummed about this too, because I really actually liked it. But there's no way to fix it. It didn't have much weight on it. And I threw these pieces all over the place. And I lost the one. Whatever. But this is a little cup holder tray. Again, I loved it. It was a great concept, great idea. It wasn't badly priced. Has a little piece of like rubber in here so things don't slide around. Little spot for your pens and pencils. Great idea. But while we were driving around, with how it connected underneath here, it would just fall off. So there were numerous times that we were just driving and our stuff would fall right off from it. Then all of a sudden it broke on me, and this was all within a couple of months. So it was kind of a more of a nuisance and fun memories because of the issues that happened with it than it really was worth the money. So go a little bit further, buy something a little bit more expensive that has good ratings and feedback that'll last a little longer, in my opinion. All right, let's go on to the next one. So when you think about van life, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Small, minimal, not a lot of room. So when I took that to shopping and I was thinking about things that I wanted inside the van, one of the first things that came to me was a stool or a chair. So I saw this one on TEMU and I thought it'd be a great idea. So I picked up this little tripod chair thinking it was awesome. And this is what I got. It was under $5, but I mean, it works perfect for your feet, but I couldn't believe this was used for a chair. I mean, maybe for a kid, or maybe for an adult that has been up for a couple hours and has the patience or the time. Well, I just have to show you how to sit down in this thing, because you have to be cautious, you have to be precise, and you have to be slow. All right, so we're bringing our little tripod thing out here. Next, I realized that when I sit down, I have to make sure I tuck everything properly. And this is almost like if you've done an obstacle course race, this is similar. Or squatting, there we go. So, that's me sitting down in this little TEMU tripod chair. Now, you move around a little bit, it's really uneven. Getting up, it's way below the knees in the 90 degrees, so it just feels awkward. What I've realized, it's perfect for certain things though. Visitors, neighbors, people that I don't need in the van all the time, perfect for them. And it is also perfect for when you want to kick off your shoes, kick up your feet, and just relax. So I guess I wasn't unhappy with this purchase. It just isn't a good chair. Unless you're 5. All right, let's get on to the last thing. Okay, finally, we're on to number 5. This one right here I bought, and I used it a few times, and I wanted to give it more chances, but it almost gave me a headache. Like, the price was right on it. So this is the Curve Phone HD screen amplifier. It just magnifies your phone screen, so you can almost feel like you're getting a TV kind of picture, and it just gives you a bigger size. You're seeing. One of those things where you make out your order, you get 2 or 3 things you needed from TEMU, and then they just say, hey, you might want to think about this, and we'll give you 90% off. So I got this thing in, and now I'll show you with a little Matthew from Vanlife Plus. Hopefully he doesn't mind that I just help his channel out with a few more views. All right, so now you're seeing.
We're up in Canada. I don't know, there might be more parking around here.
It just does not do much.
This is definitely a feat in and of itself.
It gives you that whole diamond look where you see all the glares. You have to turn everything off. If you turn off all the background lighting and everything, it does give a better picture, and you can see it a little bit more clearly, but still, I mean, what am I expecting? You know, these things are all cheap. It was more or less just curiosity. I had to see what this was and how it worked for under $5. So could be user error, whatever. I'm just letting you know my personal opinion on this stuff. So hopefully you don't have to waste the $5, or you can at least see how it performs. So for $5, you know, is it really worth it? I guess sometimes there's a reason for everything. This could be a great gift for next year at somebody's Christmas, I guess, or a great donation, right? Always look at the positives. All right, we've hit that time of the video again, and this is gonna be a fun one because down below in the comments, I wanna know what you purchased that you didn't like. So please share those comments. Tell me what you bought off TEMU that you absolutely disliked. Thanks for watching the video. Do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button and keep on coming back for my weekly uploads. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week.